So I'm going to start with the 11th standard English poem. So this is Nose versus Eye. This is written by a William Cowper. He was the popular in 1700 and his poems deal with the nature and everyday life. So if you see, he was himself work in the court system, jurisprudence. He later admitted that he was not much inclined to the legal profession, which means this man was a poet and even he was a lawyer. He works in the legal, but he was not interested to do that profession. He wrote, "Happy is the one who knows just as much of law to make himself a little merry now, and then the solemnity of judicial proceeding." Here, William Cowper is saying what? The people are not happy in their life. That's why they are going to the court. Nose versus eye is a satire in the judiciary system. This poem is a satire, and this poem is talks about a court system. This poem talks about a court system. This poem talks about a court system, right? And it also mocks at stone blind justice in a humorous manner, emphasizing upon the lack of empathy and common sense. So here the poet is trying to explain this poem. This poem talks about a court system and how the people who works in the court system, they don't have empathy, they don't have common sense. We will going to see in this poem, like the people who worked in the court system, they are not showing empathy and they are not showing lack of common sense, like they are lagging there. Let's start this poem. Nose versus eyes. Between nose and eyes, a strange contest arouse. So between nose and eyes, like whenever if you see the people are going into the court, they are having fighting. The two people are fighting for something. So here also there is a two character is there. The one is nose, and other side it is the eyes, and between them there is a contest is arise. For what? The spectacles set them unhappily wrong. So here they are fighting for spectacles. The point in dispute was, as all the world knows, to which the set spectacles ought to belong. In the first stanza, it is explained that there are two characters are there, nose and eyes, and they are fighting for spectacles. Like whose the spectacles will be, mine, eyes or nose, right? Like that spectacles has belong to eyes or that spectacles has belong to nose. So your tongue was the lawyer and argued the cause with great deal of skill and a week of learning. So here the tongue is the lawyer. Third character is nothing but Who is the lawyer in the story? The tongue is the lawyer because tongue can argue very well. And a week full of learning while Chief Baron sat to balance the law. So famed for his talent is nicely discerning. So here in the second stanza they are saying what? The tongue is the lawyer and the ear is the judge. And the ear will listen and balance the law and take a decision according to the basis of according to listening from both the side. In behalf of the nose, it will quickly appear and your lordship. So here the tongue started fighting the case. The tongue first started talking from the nose side and he said, my lordship and your lordship, he said, will undoubtedly find that the nose has had spectacle always in wear, which amounts to possession type of mind. So here this man is saying that the spectacles is always wears the nose is wearing spectacles every time and spectacle is spending more time on nose, so which means that we have to accept that this spectacle is for nose. And then holding a spectacles up to the court, your lordship, observe they are made with straddle as wide as the reach of the nose is, in short designed to sit close to it just like saddle. So here second now the tongue is saying what? Judge, just see this. The design of the spectacles is specifically made for nose. Look at the straddles, which is specifically made for sit on the nose. Again, would your lordship a moment suppose? So third time he is saying what? Just take example. This is a case that has happened. Maybe again that the face had not a nose. Pray who would or who could wear spectacles then. So here he's saying to the judge that just take example in the future this case will happen, and if there is if on the face if there is no nose, if on the face if there is no nose, then who will wear and how the person will wear a spectacles then. On the whole, it appears, and my argument shows. On the whole, it appears. On the whole, it appears, and my argument shows. With a reasoning, the court will never condemn. So here, on the whole, it appears, and the argument shows reasoning that this spectacle is made for nose, and the nose is made for spectacles. So here, the lawyer, the tongue is saying that judge, even whatever I said, it is clearly shows that this nose is made for spectacles, and the spectacle is made for nose. Then shifting his side, as a lawyer knows how. As a lawyer knows as a lawyer knows how. He pleaded again in behalf of the eyes. So then he started fighting for the eyes. But what were his argument? Few people know, for the court did not think they were equally wise. So his lordship declared with a grave, solemn tone, this is even clearer without one if or but, that whenever the nose put his spectacles on by daylight and candlelight, or candlelight, eyes should be shut. So here, when he started fighting for the eyes, and the judge suddenly take the decision, and he said, "No, keep quiet. Now I'm taking the decision." And he took the decision that whenever the nose will wear a spectacles, the nose, the eyes should be shut. We can see that in this poem there is a lack of common sense. How the judge people are taking a decision without using their common sense. Thanks for listening me.